What has changed on the trail since we were together down in Georgia? Well, the weather has changed. One of the big things is it's gotten a little warmer, and it's been really, really nice having some warm days. Yeah, I'm getting hot already. I think I'm gonna strip down. I'm gonna start sweating. With me, what has changed is I've gotten much more physically able to handle the physical challenges of the AT. This is a very challenging trail, physically. I can now hike 15, 18 miles a day with comfort, pretty comfort. If I get over 20 though, that's about my maximum. My maximum that I've hiked so far in one day is 25 miles, and I'm not sure that I'll do that again. But it was a good 25 miles down into Dennis Cove Gap, and it was a good day in the end results because I got a chance to stay at the Black Bear Resort Hostel. It was a nice place. That's a really good feeling for somebody comes up and 20 feet or 30 feet from you and they say, "Hi, Graybeard," and I'd never met them before in my life. That happens quite frequently. It's happened a lot on the trail. It happened a lot here in Damascus at trail days.
Graybeard!
Hey!
What's up, man?
My son met you on the trail. Jackson, that's mine. Yes, and Jackson told me all about you. No, I want one. Graybeard. Oh, I would love one. Thank you so much. Thank you.
There's your decal free. I gave you one, didn't I? How's the overall plan of taking the van along with me working out? Well, I've learned one thing. I want the van ahead of me instead of behind me. When I first started, I would try to get a ride shuttle back or a ride hitchhike back to the van. Now I want to be able to finish with the van in front of me. So I'll take the van up 3 or 4 days, even sometimes one day, but no more than a week up in front of me and hike to the van. And that's working out pretty good. It's causing me to have to do a little work on shuttles to figure out how to get back or get to the vehicle and get back to the trail. Oh, I'm always shuttling other hikers around as well. It's just because, you know, when I'm driving by a parking lot and there's some hikers there hitchhiking, I gotta stop and pick them up. As a matter of fact, that happens quite frequently. Sit up here.
Oh, I'm all well.
That's okay, don't worry about it.
Here.
Yeah, there you go. Wherever you need to go, you just let me know and you can go, I'll take you.
Oh, cool, thank you so much.
My experience at Trail Day so far, well, I arrived here on Thursday before it started. I was here Friday, and this is now Saturday afternoon. And today was by far the best day. The highlight to me was something that I never even dreamed would be existing, was the hikers parade today. That was just absolutely thrilling. Parade's gonna be going here in a few minutes. And I'll be right in the back with all the 2017 hikers. And it started raining at the end, and with all the water guns going and all the rain coming down and all the hikers yelling and screaming, it was really, really a very upbeat experience. Has anything changed with my flip-flop plan? Well, of course, when I started hiking in Springer Mountain, I was hoping that I would not have to flip-flop. But at my age, I'm having to take a rest day at least once a week. And it may work out to where I'm going to have to flip-flop when I get to Harper's Ferry. I may have to go on up to Katahdin and hike back down to Harper's Ferry. Now that wouldn't be a bad finish because the family can come up, and they couldn't go to Katahdin. It's just too difficult for them to get up there, and I could hike in there, and that would be a very, very good, rewarding experience. I talked with the AT folks too here at the Trail Days in Damascus, and they said that they would be happy to have that happen. Let me finish right there and set that record right in walking in their door. That wasn't too hard. Yeah, I've hit 3 or 4 cold spells, 2 really, really bad ones early on, but even this 2 weeks ago, it was really cold up in Virginia. I've hiked further than Damascus. I'm almost in Roanoke already. So between Perrysburg and Roanoke, I hit some cold weather in there, and I'm really looking forward to some hot days. I handle heat well, I don't handle cold well. I just hiked down from Dragon's Tooth mountaintop to Dragon Tooth parking lot on what they call the Scout Trail. It's near the Four Pines Hospital, mile 702. I'm going to walk out on the edge, but it might be 20 feet from the edge. I see some of these folks, like the guy from Memphis, Jason, call him Ghost on the trail. He was out there, and I never seen anybody sitting out so far with all his legs and his four extremities out over in the air, sitting there. Oh man, if that'd been me, I'd been scared to death. That looks really, really frightening. Hiker hunger? Well, you know, surprisingly enough, I'm not too hungry when I'm hiking. I don't eat a lot. But man, when I take a day's rest or 0 day, I eat all the time. And I haven't gained any weight. Matter of fact, I went down for the free medical checkup today here in Damascus at the trail days, and my blood pressure was fine, and my weight has dropped down to 145, and they gave me a clean bill of health to go ahead and hike. I'm eating like crazy, man, and I don't have to take my cholesterol medicine anymore. It's great. But other than that, the doctor said I was in good shape, other than a little skipping of my heart beating, you know, it's a skip. It's called irregular heartbeat.
And you're off in the head just a little bit though, right?
I'm off in the head a lot. I'm crazy, man. I'm crazy to be out here with all these crazies. Like Colton. Well, still, getting enough calories is difficult. I have to really consciously think about eating foods while I'm hiking on the trail in order to get enough calories to not just simply burn everything I've got up. I have a little bit left in fat, but not very much. Chicken noodle soup before dinner. It's really good. Ow, it's hot on the bottom. That's my main course right here. This is my appetizer, the soup. I got a dessert down there too.
And some Spam.
Well, I'm thinking about eating that with the macaroni and cheese. Might be good. I've seen a lot of wildlife, but no bears. Bear poo, the only thing I've seen. Now, I have seen some places where the bears have been digging on the trees, getting out the grubs. And one bridge we crossed, the bears were eating up the handrails. The bears don't like the bridges, and they're trying to eat them down. And just keep I guess their thinking is, keep the hikers out. But it's not working. I haven't had an issue with ticks or bugs yet, and I'm thinking it's probably coming in a few days because it's getting a lot warmer. And some of the folks have had deer ticks on them, but I haven't had any issues at all with any kind of insects. But as far as me staying in shelters and hostels, I haven't stayed in but about 3 hostels, and that's only because of weather. And basically I've only stayed in 3 or 4 shelters, and that's because of weather. I usually prefer putting my tent up and sleeping in the outdoors. All ready to go to bed. When I step over that line, I will have hiked 700 miles from Springer Mountain to this point, and I got some more up in Virginia that's added in there, but this is really 700 miles with these feet and these legs. And I'm going to step over that line, and I'm going to do the Rod Wellington victory dance. Here we go. 700 miles! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I did it! Woo! Thumbs up, there you go. Well, the camaraderie on the trail is certainly a very high point. There's no question about that. And the section of the trail that I liked the most, ironically, was right here, coming out right here into Damascus. Wonderful experience on that wide, beautiful trail coming out of these woods right here. My gear has been holding up very well. My Osprey backpack, everything I've got, I haven't had any issues with anything other than rain gear. I think about this weather, I think it's for the birds. And those are the birds that I'm talking about, the ones that live on the water. Rain gear, I've tried several different approaches to it. I'm beginning to think that if it's raining very hard, you're going to get wet, no matter what rain gear you have. I'm beginning to think that. I did not think that. Like I didn't know the trail was going to be as physically as hard as it is, I'm beginning to think that you cannot stay dry in a hard rain on the Appalachian Trail. Grayson Highlands are coming up, starting tomorrow, out of Damascus. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to the weather. It looks like it's going to be cold. It looks like it's going to be raining again. And this is, 21st of May. We're still having cold weather up on the mountains. But I'm looking forward to the view, and I just hope that the wild ponies come up, and some of the people saying they even come up and lick their hands. I want a wild pony to come up and lick my hand. Coming up here in the rain to see this. I tell you, even though it's cold, the horses are standing by this tree trying to stay dry, and I can't believe how tame they are to be wild horses. The thing that I miss the most is my family and my dog. I love my family, stay in touch with them almost on a daily basis, my wife, and I hear my dog barking in the background. When my wife puts the telephone on speakerphone, the dog tries to eat the phone, she says. She hears my voice and tries to eat the phone.
You got there?
Tulip for the next girl comes by.
Haven't seen one of those in a while.
I need it. But I'm going to get across here. On second thought, I think I'll just stick it right here in the ground, because this looks like it might be a little difficult getting across. You stay right there. I was just thinking, I gotta live like this for 7 months. Woo!